Happy holidays and welcome to Real Estate Roundup. I'm Emmanuel Romanis. We have a phenomenal show for you today. Christmas is my favorite time of year, and I'm just very, very excited about our guest today. But before that, I want to get to our segment that we call Who Knew? So let's get right to that. Every day, weather permitting, I take my dog Jake for a walk around the block. And a few weeks ago, a neighbor of mine asked if I saw his little Yorkie who had run away. And I hadn't, unfortunately. So a few days after that, I saw the neighbor again and asked if he found his dog. And fortunately for him, he did. But it made me a little curious as to how pets, dogs, cats, find their way home. So when we come back, we'll have the answer. Stick around.
Merry Christmas, Bethel Park. I'm Dave Cable, the director of BPTV, and I'm here to read for you the holiday classic, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even, Oh, hey, George.
I'm not George. I'm the ghost of Christmas present.
I don't know, you look an awful lot like my volunteer George.
Well, you are gravely mistaken. I am a ghost.
All right then, Mr. Ghost of Christmas Present. Why don't you come up here on the hot seat and explain to me why you had to come in here and interrupt my holiday special?
I would just like to wish everybody in Bethel Park a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year, and to remind you all to watch all the great holiday programming right here on BPTV.
You know, you didn't have to pretend to be a ghost to come in here and say that.
But I am a ghost.
So, do you think you could look a little more festive?
Sure.
You know, that's not too bad.
You should see some of my other tricks I got up my sleeve.
Okay, welcome back. Now, as I mentioned before the break, I was curious as to how pets, dogs and cats, find their way home. Well, according to Bonnie Beaver, who is the director of the American College of Veterinary Behaviorists and a professor at Texas A&M University, dogs navigate by their keen sense of smell, while cats, it is believed, rely on magnetic fields for navigation. Apparently, they have iron within their ears, and that syncs up to the Earth's magnetic poles, and that's how cats navigate. In fact, Good Morning America ran a story back in 2012 of Bucky. Bucky was a 3-year-old black Labrador who traveled over 500 miles to reunite himself with his master. So, who knew? Now, without further ado, I want to welcome my guest who came straight from the North Pole to be with me today, Santa Claus. Santa, welcome to Real Estate Roundup.
Ho, 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 ho. Oh, thank you, Manny, for having me.
Glad to have you here. Now, as always, if you want to contact the show, you simply send an email to realestateroundup@outlook.com. And what we're going to do today is focus on the mailbag. The mailbag is bursting once again. So we're going to focus on that, and Santa's been kind enough to help me. And I understand he also brought a special treat for us a little bit later on for the viewers. So Santa, with that, why don't you start with the first question? I believe it's from Elaine from Bethel Park.
That's correct, Manny. Our first question is, how does buying a home compare with renting?
Well, Elaine, it's a good question. Unfortunately, you're comparing apples and oranges. It really doesn't compare. The main advantage to renting is you don't have to deal with any type of maintenance issues. Usually the landlord will take care of things like leaky faucets, electrical problems, if the roof goes bad, things of that nature. When you buy, it's an investment. You're building equity within the home. So there really isn't any comparison. It's what based on your situation at the time and what you prefer. Some people just don't want to own. They don't want the hassle. They're not interested in building equity. They want to be up and move at a moment's notice. That's just better for them. Other people prefer to own a home. So there really isn't a comparison. Again, it's apples and oranges. Okay, Santa, number 2.
Our next question comes from Howard from Peters Township. He asks, what's the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved?
Howard, this is an excellent question, and it deals with mortgages. A pre-qualified letter is a quick, informal estimate of how much you can borrow based on your income, long-term debts, and size of the down payment. A lot of times you can call a bank or whatever the financial institution that you're using to obtain funds, and they can do that for you over the phone. Again, just answering those quick questions. A pre-approval is the formal process of reviewing all of your financial records to determine how much the lender will commit to lending you. When making an offer for a home, you need a pre-approval letter. A pre-qualified letter, sometimes it's okay to get the ball rolling, but anytime you're submitting a serious offer, you must have a pre-approval letter. You have to go through the formal process because, again, it verifies exactly how much you're able to obtain as far as the lender is willing to give you. Okay, Santa, number 3.
Our next question is from Lanisha in Bethel Park. She asks, what is a good faith estimate?
Lanisha, very good question. Basically, a good faith estimate is an estimate of your closing costs, escrow costs, and fees. You have the price of the home, you have taxes, insurance, things of that nature, but there are also different costs associated with purchasing a home, transfer taxes, real estate taxes, and different fees and what have you, administrative fees, brokerage fees, and estimate of closing costs just summarizes all of those different costs in addition to your basic mortgage and gives you an idea of how much money you're going to have to bring to closing. Santa, number 4.
Next here we have Debbie from USC, and she wants to know, what should I look for during the final walkthrough?
The final walkthrough is done before closing. You have a sales agreement between the buyer and the seller, and you've come to all the terms, you've gotten your financing, you've done your inspections, and the final walkthrough is done by the buyer before you actually close and take ownership of the home. And Debbie, what you want to do with the final walkthrough is ensure that all negotiated items, repairs have been completed, and that nothing in the house has deteriorated since the last time you were there. You don't want to walk in and see holes in the wall. You don't want to see water all over the floor, things of that nature. You don't want to see that the roof is caved in. You just want to make sure that the house is in the proper order that you expect it to be in before you actually take ownership. That's the purpose of a final walkthrough. Great questions. Santa, number 5.
All right, from USC we have Robin, and she says, I'm thinking of putting my home on the market in the spring. Should I include a home warranty?
Robin, that's a good question. Anymore, home warranties have almost become expected by buyers. It's rare nowadays to find a home for sale that doesn't include a home warranty. It's not a guarantee, but again, it's gotten to the point where buyers pretty much expect a home warranty. So my personal opinion is yes, I would include a home warranty. It just makes your home more attractive to the buyers who are looking at it, and everyone wants to reduce risk. This is one additional step that you can help to reduce risk of the purchase for the buyer. So again, personal opinion, I would say yes, include it. It's worth the money. And again, it's come to the point where buyers almost expect it to be there. So yes, include a home warranty. Okay, where are we at, Santa? 6 or 7?
Number 6, we have Amy from Bethel Park. She wants to know how much hand money should be made with an offer.
Amy, hand money, another word for that is earnest money. That's typically the amount that is included with your offer to purchase a home. Typically, it's anywhere from 1 to 5%, depending on the area of the country you're in, depending on if you're in a multi-offer situation, depending on the size of the property. Rule of thumb is 1% of the purchase price. That's usually enough of hand money or earnest money that you need to include. So figure 1% of the purchase price of the property. And Santa, I believe the last one, number 7?
Yes, our last one is from Glenn from USC. He asks, which features enhance or detract from a home with regard to resale value?
Glenn, this is an excellent question, and actually it's very timely. A couple months ago, I was looking at a National Association of Home Builders survey about this exact question. And they gave a list, a pretty comprehensive list actually, of what is in and what is out as far as new construction is concerned. And typically, the National Association of Home Builders is on the forefront. New construction is on the forefront. So if it's in vogue or out of vogue as far as new construction is concerned, you could pretty much, it's a safe bet that an existing homeowner who is looking to upgrade or maybe add or detract, they can follow the same rule of thumb. Here are some of the least likely features that builders say they will include in new homes. Now, this was for 2015. 2016 may be completely different. But the features that have kind of fallen out of vogue, Glenn, outdoor kitchens, cooking, refrigeration, sink units, laminate countertops in the kitchen, outdoor fireplaces, they've kind of gone by the wayside anymore. Sunrooms, they actually have kind of gone by the wayside for a good while now, actually. Two-story family rooms are no longer in vogue, as well as media rooms and two-story foyers. Walking, jogging trails within the community, that used to be a real big draw, not so much anymore. Whirlpools in the master bathrooms, those have kind of fallen out of favor as well, as far as carpeting, as flooring on the main level. The trend definitely is back to hardwoods. Now, as far as home features that have come into vogue or back into vogue, walk-in closets in the master bedroom, laundry rooms, especially on the main level or even the secondary level, not in the basement, is what they're getting at. Low energy windows, green is in now, and low energy windows is all the rave right now. Guest rooms, kitchen, family room, living room, some type of formal guest room is back in style. Of course, Energy Star rated appliances. Everyone's looking to cut costs, be green. 9-foot ceilings or more on the first floor. They've come back in vogue, higher ceilings. Again, Energy Star rated windows, same with the appliances. Programmable thermostats, those are real big right now. In fact, the hot one right now is Nest. I don't know if you're aware of that, but that seems to be all the rage right now, is the Nest system, N-E-S-T. Two-car garages, quite honestly, I didn't know that they ever fell out of style, but the National Association of Home Builders survey says that they're now back in style. So, not sure about that one. And granite countertops in the kitchen. Again, I'm not sure that they ever went out of style, but they're back in vogue right now. So, Glenn, again, excellent question. What's hot, what's not? The National Association of Home Builders does this survey every year. Again, this was what was in vogue, out of vogue for 2015. 2016 may be something different. So anyway, I hope that was very helpful. Santa, I want to thank you for your assistance. And stick around. We'll be back with Santa's surprise.
Wow, look at all this holiday program we have this year at BPTV. How am I going to find enough help to cover all of it? Oh, hey, Ghost of Christmas, George.
No, it's the Ghost of Christmas Present, Dave.
Either way, this is not a good time right now.
Why is that?
I have all these holiday programs to cover and I don't have nearly enough volunteers.
I can help.
What can you do? You're a disembodied spirit.
Remember that trick I showed you last year?
Yeah?
Watch this.
Ta-da! Wow, this could solve all of my volunteer problems. Why didn't you tell me you could do that?
You didn't ask.
Well, while I'm asking, how many of you can there be at one time?
As many as you need, Dave. As many as you need.
Maybe I'll just write Santa Claus a letter and ask him for help.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from everyone here at BPTV.
Okay, welcome back. Again, I want to thank Santa Claus for taking time out of his very busy schedule, especially at this time of year, to be with us today. And Santa, I understand that you brought with you some letters that children have actually sent to you. Now, these are elementary level children, correct?
That's right, young elementary students.
Okay, well, why don't you share some of those with us?
Absolutely, I would love to. This comes from a stack. I've not read any of these yet, so it'll be a surprise for all of us. Our first one comes from Adam. He writes, "Dear Santa, I would like a Prince of Persia video game, but it's only for me, not for my brother or sister." Oh, Adam. One and everything for himself. I'm sure he'll share with his brother and sister once he sees how great the game is. All right, next we have a letter from Ryan. He asks, "Dear Santa, don't bring my brother any presents because he's mean to me. If you do, I'll call the police and put you in jail." Oh,
Jeez.
oh no. All right, we're going to go to the next one from Vincent.
Oh, my goodness.
"Dear Santa, can you get me an Xbox and put gum in my sister's hair? And get me a dog."
Oh, God.
Boy, these kids have some stiff
Now,
wish lists.
This is elementary school?
Elementary school
So
kids.
I imagine 1st through 4th grade?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
All right, let's see what else is in store. We have Greta. She asks, "Dear Santa, please bring me a doll. How are you feeling? I don't want you to get sick and die."
Oh, that was awfully nice.
Very considerate child, wondering about the health and well-being of Santa Claus.
Well, at least somebody's looking out for you,
Right?
Santa.
I need all the help I can get if I'm going to get to all these kids.
Oh, man.
Next we have Sarah. She writes, "Dear Santa, I don't believe in you, but if you are true, I want a new mother and sister because I'm getting tired of them." Well, I guess it's a good thing she's a non-believer. But rest assured, I'm sure you will get along better with them in the future.
Oh, man.
All right, moving on. We have a few more here. We have Kevin. He writes, "Dear Santa, I saw you putting presents under the tree last year. You need a new belt so your pants don't fall down." I'll have to make a special note of that. We don't want to
Oh, man.
be putting on a show for the kids here.
Oh, jeez.
Next we have Lisa. She writes, "Dear Santa, when it is Christmas, give me everything you have." Well, that's pretty straightforward. Hopefully she's not,
She must be from Southampton.
maybe she's armed, maybe she's not.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Next we have, "Dear Santa, I suggest you lose some weight and I want some skates. Love, Brenda." A lot of people are very open about their opinions on Santa Claus this year.
I guess the cookies are taking a toll, huh?
All right, you might have to try the gluten-free ones this year. All right, we got Michael. He asked, "Dear Santa, because I've been really good, I want a cell phone. P.S. Get rid of the reindeer and get a jet." Well, Santa does like to keep up with tradition, but a jet would be pretty nice. We'll look into that up at the shop. All right, we have I think 3 more here.
Oh,
we have
jeez.
Bobby. He writes, "Dear Santa, I would like an Apple Watch and $10,000 in cold hard cash.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you know, pretty soon the Apple Watch might be worth $10,000 in cold hard cash. All right.
That's great.
We're moving on to Margaret. She writes, Dear
geez.
Santa, I'm a really big fan of yours and hope you have a safe ride around the world. Well,
Nice.
what's going off well so far? All I ask for Christmas is the Barbie collection. I hope that this request can be fulfilled swiftly.
Swiftly. Oh,
Swiftly.
Don't dawdle, Santa.
Right?
Get it to her right
The
now.
entire Barbie collection. All right, I was wrong with two more here. We have Samantha. She writes, Dear Santa, please bring my mom a new sewing machine. I broke hers and she can't afford a new one. I don't want nothing for me, just a new sewing machine for my mom.
That's what Christmas is all
Right.
about.
Caring after his family, realizing he made a mistake in trying to fix it up for his mom. That's great, Samantha.
Wow.
All right, lastly, we have a letter from Lucy. She writes, Dear Santa, please bring me a winter coat, size small. All I have is a summer coat to wear to school, and I'm always freezing.
Oh, jeez.
Right? Well,
My goodness.
we'll see what we can do about that for you, Lucy. And hopefully you can stay warm this winter.
That's
What we have here.
the last two. Just what Christmas is all about.
Absolutely.
My goodness. We'll be right back.
You know, guys, I really want to thank you for all the work you've done for me this year. You really helped me catch up on all of my holiday programming.
Sure, no problem, Dave.
You know, if you're bored, you don't have to stay here. You could always go do something fun.
Oh, thanks. Hey, what you want to, Dave?
This should be interesting. Ugh. I know you guys are disembodied spirits, but it's a little cold for us people with bodies to be playing out here.
Oh, come on, Dave. You used to play in the snow when you were a kid, didn't you?
Well, at least let me go get a hat.
Gloves, too. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at BPTV.
It's so uncomfortable.
Oh, hard to ride on that thing, huh?
It is hard.
Welcome back. Santa, we have a little bit of time, so I thought I'd ask you. I know this is your very I'm losing the words now. Busy. This is your busiest time of year. So, you know, how do you prepare for Christmas Eve night? I mean, you have the whole year, but you know, how do you prepare for such a big ordeal?
Yeah, well, you know, each year families leave out lots and lots of cookies, home baked, and I can't eat all of them in one night. So, you know, it takes me the whole year to get through all of them, and by the time I get through all of them, I've packed up quite a bit of energy, and I burn it all going to every household to get all their kids their presents.
Now, I know a lot of people have wondered, I've always wondered since I was a little kid, where does Santa Claus vacation?
Well, sometimes we like to change it up and go to the South Pole. Just as cold, but, you know, being as big as I am, I do enjoy the colder temperatures. I find myself very well insulated.
Dance with the penguins, huh?
Correct.
Do you ever go to the tropics or anything like that, or you just prefer the colder temperatures all the time?
I probably prefer the colder temperatures for the most part. It helps keep the the mystery of my whereabouts alive. Not showing my face around too much.
Though I'm assuming you in a Speedo wouldn't flatter you.
Well, I don't know if we even need to think about that, Manny.
Is there anything, any type of message or well wishes that you'd like to give the kids out there before Christmas?
Absolutely. Well, I think it's real important in the holiday season. We have a lot of people celebrating many different holidays. To be respectful of everyone and really share the joy and the love, the laughter with everybody. So all the children, regardless of what their beliefs may be, we want you to have a very wonderful holidays. Enjoy it with your family and your friends, and be on your best behavior. Okay, so we can get you some nice gifts.
Fantastic. Well, Santa, thank you again for joining us today. I know it was very busy for you to get here, and I want to thank you once again.
Absolutely.
Before we leave, again, this was our mailbag segment. If you do want to contact the show, you can simply send an email to realestateroundup@outlook.com. And before we end this show for for 2015, next month will be a new year, I want to leave you with a Christmas poem, holiday poem, from Emily Dickinson called Before the Ice. Before the ice is in the pools, before the skaters go, or any cheek at nightfall is tarnished by the snow, before the fields have finished, before the Christmas tree, wonder upon wonder will arrive to me. Have a wonderful and safe holiday, and we'll see you for the new year. Thanks for watching.